I am going to declare a constructor which has some value, and after that I am going to call a function like void add, and this is the name of the function. So when I need to access this function, whatever is there might be many statements like cout, um, add in this function, and to access this function in my main method I need to call the function like this. I need to say add, and this is the way I access. So it is a lengthy procedure. So we have some arithmetic operators like plus, minus, multiplication and other kind of stuff. So using these kind of operators we can overload them, use it in a different fashion and overload the operators to make them use to call a function. So instead of add, what if I use plus over here? Real meaning of plus in C++. So here if I change this to plus, I need to change the function name here from add to plus. So I'm changing it to plus. So how does the computer know if it is an arithmetic plus or it is the name of the function? So to make the computer understand, after the return type I am adding a keyword operator. So looking at that, the computer recognizes the plus after that operator to be the name of the function. So today our program deals with the operator overloading. So let us see how the program goes. So here is our program. Our question is create a separate int member data for hour, minutes and seconds. So hour, minutes and seconds, we need to create the data member which will be private in our class. So after this till here this is my question, and from here my program starts. So hash include iostream using namespace std. After this I have created a class called time, and I have three data members inside this: int hours, int minutes and int seconds. And after that the next line says one constructor should initialize the data to 0 and another constructor should initialize to the fixed values. We'll be giving some fixed values in the program, and the fixed values should be in the format of 11, 59, 59 as mentioned over here. So that is the format of the time which you should be giving, and we should overload it with plus plus minus minus. That operator should be prefix or postfix notation. So as I told you, we can overload with plus and minus. Plus is a binary operator, so here plus plus is a unary operator, unary addition and unary subtraction, so you can use that over here. So they told we need to initialize a constructor, initializing all the values to 0. So here in the class time, in this public I have a time, this is a constructor, and inside this I've initialized hours, minutes and seconds to be 0. And after this I have a separate constructor, the other constructor which they mentioned in the question, to the fixed values. So I assign int x, int y, int z. So here I say hours is equal to x, minutes is equal to y, seconds is equal to z. X, Y, Z will be assigned in my main program. And after that, coming to the main program, let us see what's happening. This is my int main. So here I have two variables, time t1 and t2. Time is my class and t1 and t2 are the objects of the class. So here I have t1 which is already initialized to 0, and t2 have fixed values that are x, y, z. They are going to be 10, 11 and 10. For example, that can be changed by the user. And here in my function I need to overload the operators and get the use of them. So here I have in the main program I've run increment plus plus t2, I've called that, and I'm telling t2.display. Here display is my function, and I'm using all possible pre-increment, post-increment, pre-increment, post-decrement over here. These 1, 2, 3, 4 lines deal with pre-increment, post-increment, pre-decrement and post-decrement, and I'm displaying the value of t2 each time. So you can see t2 connector and display I'm calling the function. So let me see what is in the display function. So this is my program. Here I have the int display. This is my function. So here I have, as soon as the main compiler calls this display function, it displays hours colon minutes colon second and the endl next line. So what have I given in hours, minutes and seconds? That is a default value which is given by the user. That is predefinedly set. So here I have my void operator plus plus. So the name of my function which I've overloaded is plus plus, and to specify the compiler that I'm using an overloading method over here, I specify a keyword operator. So what I am going to do inside this, I am going to increment the hours by one time. So I'm pre-incrementing the hours, minutes and seconds and printing the previous value. So that is what they've asked in the question. These things, pre-incrementing value, should be used to operate both prefix and postfix notations as mentioned over here. That is why we use prefix postfix for both increment and decrement. So here I am pre-incrementing for plus plus, and after that when I'm post incrementing, the difference is when I say plus plus and the compiler will not know which one is post increment and pre increment. For that I need to specify the integer value. If it is a post increment, whatever might be the data type, I need to specify the integer value in the argument. So for the pre-decrement, I again say the same thing. I use the decrement symbol. After that I say it's an operator to specify the compiler that I'm using an operator overloading. And for hours I say minus minus hours, because r is the variable over here and we have given a constant value for it. After that, because it is post increment, whatever might be the data type of hour, minutes and seconds, irrespective of that, we always initialize the argument to be int. So after that we decrement the values, and here when we display we get the final output. So this is how the program goes, and now let us see how the output will be there. So this is our code blocks. So here let us compile, and this is the same program which I explained so far. Now let us compile and run this program. So here as you see in the int main, I have given some predefined values for you. See here T2 is 10, 11 and 12. So when I say I have given the predefined values, these values will get incremented or decremented. So when I compile and run this program, you can see the output, like the pre-increment is 11, 12, 11. It got pre-incremented, the post-increment value, pre-decrement value and post-increment value. So after this, maybe if you need to change the values, you can change it over here and compile and run the program to get the final output. The value have changed in the middle because I've changed it only in the middle. Thanks for watching.